born in Salzburg, southeastern Norway, close to the Swedish-Norwegian border. The Swedes were neutral, and the Norways fighting with Germans. One of my best friends became underground. His group was actually working in Oslo and Salzburg as underground. So one day they came to me downtown as we were walking. Do you think you can take this envelope?
Would it be 1941 or?
That would be 1941, yeah.
Yeah. So
1940 got the broke up.
So you were 10.
10. Actually, the guy was so-called big sucker, of course. And of course, I was impressed immediately because this big guy was coming with a brown envelope. So I took and run to this, actually in the back lanes, to find that place.
Did you know it was dangerous?
Yes. No, I was stupid. Just typical boy. And of course, afterwards, because I heard Mom, "Hey, oh, you're crazy." Because at that time, Dad was already in concentration camp.
Yeah.
She said, like, anything you could do will hit Dad. At that time, I already had a couple of books that were Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And that was one, I remember one evening, Mom and Dad said, "You're going to take it to cinema." I think they looked like totally alive. But they, anyway, after a while, after a couple of times, I understand that was done by hand. That was actually gave me a kick in the back because you just got to see that manual stuff can actually make this type of movie. So that's the reason why I started. Actually, thinking back what the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, they all had grumpy.
Sleepy, dopey.
Sleep, dopey.
Happy, yeah, all of
Those were my favorites.
That was your biggest influence, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just the style. If I see something, I immediately got to try to put it on paper. At the end of the high school, I thought, what is the next step? And of course, I'm thinking about Sweden. Of course, before that, I was working in Salzburg as a technician in the design office. And of course, one of my friends said, you know you're doing well. You should actually move to Sweden and look upon their partners, which I did. Over there, I started to make drawings on a spare time. But still not really 100%. So every time, say we went for lunch or whatever, only with the boys, here was this girl always walking behind us. So what's your name? Karin. Where do you live? Up here, Skoghall. So she lived right in the middle of it, which was only maybe 1 minute away from the middle. So, and it turned out that she was, of course, involved in the politics because her dad was one of the superintendents. So.
And then you had Anders, and then moved to Grums.
Is that correct? In Grums is also the second biggest party in Sweden.
And then you had 2 more kids in Grums.
I did?
Me and Fred.
Fredrik and
yeah.
Katarina.
And then we lived there for a few years, and then we did the big move to Canada.
Which was an enormous move. The Canadians wanted me to come another job. I remember I was upstairs alone. Then suddenly everything became black. And I think everyone downstairs could hear. Because I fell on the floor. I think it was Anders. He called all the so-called services. Then I remember, never forget, all the sirens came at the same. Fire and the ambulance and all that stuff. They all lined up outside the house. I remember coming into the hospital on the lobby. There was all kinds of doctors. So you were put right on the bed. And then I could see, go quick from room to room.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time I don't know what the heck they were doing.
Do you remember much of staying at the hospital?
Every day,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of interesting, because it took forever to get out of the so-called operation room. Then finally you were coming into the so-called recovery area. And that's when I started to wake up. They said, when I was like ready to go, said, "You want to go now?" "Yes, I want to go home." And they said after that is typical. Everyone coming out to recovery want to get the hell out. So that's how I ended up back in home, which turned out to be the biggest mistake. Because since I came from the hospital and became actually a weight back home for mom and everything. I remember in the beginning, I said this is going to be tough to be used to have mixing with old people, which is kind of dumb. And after maybe 1 year, I started to grow into that type of life. In the beginning, that's kind of scary because how am I going to handle it? Because I was used to be alone. But the interesting point was all the nurses were extremely nice and helpful. So at that time, I slowly got to know all the nurses very close. I was starting to get bored. So I remember, I think I had the bag with drawing stuff with me when I moved in there. So that's where I became very happy. I mean, this is so inspiration, and I saw the desk. And I started thinking, and of course the long wall. Started this, I can use all that. Then of course, soon this was actually mine. That's how it started, really started.
Mm-hmm. How often do you draw now?
Twice a day, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
And actually loving it. From I was born, you always have to do something. And that would keep me going all the time. And now, even in this type of year, it's even more fun to do because I got time.
And are you happy now? Do you enjoy your life?
I do.